What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about Crowdcast. So if you are not familiar with Crowdcast, it is basically a streaming type of platform. It allows you to go live, do webinars, do online events and things like that. So it's something I was introduced to back in February 2020. One of my great friends had been using it, I think for a year or so, and she was super into it. And I was actually experiencing some issues streaming into a Facebook group. I wanted to have a multi-streaming functionality, which is something that different webinar softwares didn't have. I was trying to use Webinar Jam, was just constantly breaking on me. I wanted to use Zoom Webinar, which I often still do use, but it didn't give me the ability to multi-stream. And I really wanted to have the ability to also keep track of the chat, be able to pull up a nice little offer here and there and have people come on. I just wanted the whole experience to feel a lot more integrated. And obviously when people have to download a plugin to attend a webinar, it just isn't ideal. So here comes Crowdcast. So in this video, I'm actually gonna pop into my computer in just a bit to show you exactly how it looks inside. And I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. So if you are new here, my name is Kamila Gornia. I am the founder of Heart Behind Hustle, and this is my channel where I talk about entrepreneurship, business, marketing, and anything you need to grow your business and make more money. So I'm super excited to have you here. If you feel like you want to actually grow your business, not only this year, but also next year and onwards, and do it with integrity, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so that we can make sure that you get more advice, more tips, more guidance to actually help you get there. So let's come back and talk about Crowdcast. Crowdcast is actually pretty cool looking. I like the design and I like everything that they have structurally. And what I'm actually gonna do to make it easier, I'm gonna hop over to my computer. So why don't we just go ahead and do that right now? So this is the homepage. The homepage, I'm gonna say from a high conversion optimization perspective, I'm just gonna say it. If you are Crowdcast and you're watching, just say, no, I'm saying this with love. It is a little confusing. It is very much set up as an event type of page. So it's pretty cool if you have an event and you want to get some people that are strangers to potentially attend your event. I haven't seen any people come from here that I'm familiar with or that I am aware of. So I don't know if this actually does anything for anybody that has a fairly small audience. Like I consider my audience to be pretty small compared to, millions, obviously. So I don't know if that does anything, but maybe, so who knows? Now, I'm obviously more used to being very clear, like, hey, this is what it is. It's a software versus this kind of setup. So when I first landed here, trust me, I was a little bit confused, but my friend told me it's gonna be fine, so just sign up. So I wanna go through a few features because I know I'm not gonna give you the best, best feature review without actually being reminded of what exactly is in here. But the reason why I like it is everything is actually happening within the browser. So you don't have to download any additional plugins. You can get started really quickly. It is accurate. You can bring people on camera with you very easily, which is awesome. And you do have the ability to multi-stream. So if you want to go live on Crowdcast while at the same time streaming into Facebook Live and YouTube Live and having that whole thing working together, this is a great opportunity and a great option for you. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my dashboard so you see how it looks like. So the first thing that you see is you see your events. So I primarily have been using this for my client or course events. And I have to be honest, I do come back and forth between Zoom webinar and this. So for my high level programs, I use the regular Zoom, because I'd like to see all the people on at the same time. But I have experimented with this in terms of webinars and things like that. Now, I will say there was an outage that they had once, and I was doing a launch at the time, and they had an outage, and let's just say it wasn't good, but they were very proactive about it. They reached out. I think they gave me a discount for the renewal, or give me they gave me a refund for the month, even though I'm on a yearly plan. They actually calculated how much it would be per month, and they gave me a refund without me asking, which I thought was really in integrity. And you guys know that I'm obviously very into businesses and building a business with integrity with your heart. So I love that. I thought that was really cool, and it made me want to keep doing business with them. So Anyways, so you can you can see all the events here. So when somebody actually signs up for one event, they can follow your account on here, and then they'll be notified about future events you're doing as long as they're set to public. So when you're setting up a new event, you can name the event. So let's just do testing. You can say when this event is happening, you know, whatever. The cool thing about this too is that you can do a multi-session event. So you can have multiple sessions set up in a specific consistent basis. So for example, sometimes I will teach my clients to do, you know, to sell a program and then deliver it, being a live delivery model. And it would be happening through various sessions that are happening live. So this is a great opportunity because you can actually set all the sessions up inside of here. So someone registers and then they are registered for all the sessions inside of this big, you know, this actual event, which I think is super cool. So I believe there are, yeah, there we go. There's a 4-hour broadcast limit per session. So it actually used to be smaller. It used to be like 2 hours, I think. I could be totally wrong. But now it's 4. So I think this is super cool. You get to set, you know, when things are happening. And obviously I did this wrong. You put a little description here. Visibility. So if it's public, you guys can see here, if it's set to public, then everybody can see it that's following. If it's unlisted, I would do unlisted only for people that are your clients or have paid to attend this particular event. Same with here, right? So you can actually set it up where people are able to sign up for the event and pay. You can have a password, which is another way to protect. And you can do Patreon. So I know some of you guys use Patreon. I don't use Patreon, but yeah. So I typically just do anyone, because people, if somebody's buying, they're buying through Thrivecart typically. So you get all this set up. It looks pretty good. You click save. Actually, I clicked save too fast. That's okay. So when you set it up, this is how it looks like, and this is what people typically will see. Sometimes people will see an actual landing page, but when it's closer to, they'll see something like this. But let me actually go ahead and edit, because I didn't actually finish editing. So you can add a cover here. So if I want to upload a cover photo, I can select a cover photo to upload here. So let's just come up with some random photo. If there's a video trailer, you know, it could be a movement message video. It could be just a video introducing yourself. It could be whatever. You could add that in here to get people excited and moving. I keep clicking this save. I think I always make this mistake. I always click this save button and then it just saves everything, and I forget that you can actually do this. So I typically don't customize the data, but you can customize the data based on a lot of things if you're having people opt in through this, which most of the time you will be. Multi-streams is the magical thing. So you can enable streams and you can then have various multi-streams available. I don't know who still uses Periscope, but I know a lot of people use Facebook and YouTube. Unfortunately, we are not able to use it on Instagram, but Facebook is pretty solid. I use this a lot. It takes you through very easy to follow steps around how to set this all up. So you can do that pretty easily. And let's see, if you want to accept contributions, so if you're doing something and you want people to just randomly give you money, you can do contributions. I definitely do registration emails, definitely reminder emails, and you can have a Facebook pixel. So you can just do a lot of really cool stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and actually come out of this and show you. Actually, let me make this unlisted so no one sees this. Registration fields. Oh, that's right. Okay, Okay, so this is what it looks like with my image, right? I don't have a trailer in here, but this is super cool because when people are on here, they can actually ask a question. So if I'm watching, I can ask a question like, hey, you know, what is this or that, right? And then when you have a question coming in, people can see these questions, and then you can also then click on answered, and then it will show up when a certain question was answered when they're watching the replay, which I think is super cool. You can add a call to action here. So if there's a button, you know, shop our store, and you can add, that's not the correct link, but that's okay. and people will have a little pop-up appear here. You can see analytics, you can have polls. So you can do a lot of really cool interactive things, and then people on the side here would be then chatting and engaging and things like that. So obviously I'm not going live right now, so I can't really show you how this looks like in action, unfortunately, but I do think that it's pretty cool just from how it looks too. I just like the design. It just looks nice and intuitive, and you know, and things like that. Now, a common thing obviously that people ask about is the price, right? So the price, obviously you have to make sure that it makes sense for you. The pricing isn't definitely on the lowest end, but it's not crazy. So obviously if you're doing a yearly plan, you get to save a good chunk of money. And I don't even know the current pricing is actually accurate because I'm recording this during Cyber Monday or Cyber Weekend. So who knows, maybe the price is different now, but I'm pretty sure I'm in this one on Pro. So it kind of tells you what exactly is included. You can do Zapier integrations on the lower one and all that good stuff from here, present up to 6 screens. I mean, there's just a lot of really cool stuff that you can do on here. So, you know, I think this is a really solid option. So I think this is a really solid option for anybody that is especially fairly new in business or isn't very techy. So it doesn't actually matter if you're new or not, but I think if you're not super techy and you like things to look pretty intuitive and set up nicely and easy, I do think that Crowdcast is a great option for your webinars, for your live streams, for your live events. I do think that it creates a really nice experience. It's not distracting, where if you're on Facebook or just YouTube and that's the only thing you're using, obviously there's a lot of distractions that might be popping up. You know, there might be things that are popping up on the side on YouTube, suggested videos. On Facebook, there might be, you know, notifications that you're getting that also are, you know, can be pretty distracting. So if you're doing a webinar where you want to get people to sign up for your course or your program or whatever, you want to make sure they're actually paying attention to what you have available. So anyway, I personally have used Crowdcast for a little while. I think it's a great tool. Does it solve everybody's problems immediately and forever? Definitely not. But I do think it's something for you to consider if you want to run live events and be able to stream into either Facebook or YouTube or at the same time, and also use the actual platform. I think it's a great alternative to Webinar Jam or another webinar platform. I don't even remember the other webinar platforms, to be honest, from there. But that is my recommendation for you. So I've linked up where you can sign up and check it out a little bit. You can check it out through the link in the description, and we should have here's the link as well. But also, I know that if you are an entrepreneur, you might actually have other questions around other tools and softwares that I use. So if you are interested in checking out a resource guide that I've created with all the softwares, all the tools that I recommend for my clients and that I use in my own business that has allowed me to generate over $1 million in sales over the last few years, then go ahead and sign up. There's a link right here and in the description for you to sign up to get this free resource. It's a list of all the tools that I use to run my business, and hopefully it'll help you run your business a lot more smoothly as well. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for showing up, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.